Rebecca is a Gothic novel written by Daphne du Maurier and published in 1938. The novel tells the story of an unnamed narrator who marries a wealthy widower, Maxim de Winter, and moves into his grand estate, Manderley. However, the narrator soon discovers that the memory of Maxim's first wife, Rebecca, still haunts the estate and its inhabitants, and she becomes obsessed with uncovering the truth about Rebecca's death. The novel begins with the narrator, a young woman working as a paid companion, meeting Maxim de Winter in Monte Carlo. Maxim is a wealthy, middle-aged widower who is still grieving the loss of his first wife, Rebecca, who died in a boating accident a year earlier. The narrator falls in love with Maxim and agrees to marry him, despite her insecurities about her own social standing and her lack of experience in managing a grand estate like Manderley. After the wedding, the couple returns to Manderley, where the narrator is overwhelmed by the grandeur of the estate and the expectations of its staff and society. She quickly realizes that Rebecca, Maxim's first wife, was a beautiful and charismatic woman who was adored by everyone at Manderley, and whose memory still looms large over the estate. The narrator feels intimidated by Rebecca's ghostly presence and struggles to find her own place in Maxim's life and in Manderley. The narrator's insecurities are further exacerbated by the manipulations of Mrs Danvers, the head housekeeper at Manderley, who is fiercely loyal to Rebecca and resents the narrator for replacing her. Mrs Danvers constantly reminds the narrator of her inadequacies and encourages her to feel inferior to Rebecca. She even goes so far as to show the narrator Rebecca's bedroom, which has been kept exactly as it was when she died, and to suggest that the narrator should dress up in one of Rebecca's old gowns. As the narrator becomes more and more obsessed with Rebecca, she begins to uncover a series of disturbing secrets about Rebecca's life and death. She learns that Rebecca was not the perfect wife and socialite that everyone believed her to be, but was in fact manipulative, promiscuous, and cruel. She discovers that Rebecca was having an affair with Jack Favel, a disreputable cousin of Maxim's, and that she may have been pregnant with his child when she died. The narrator also learns that Maxim was not as devoted to Rebecca as she had thought, and that he may have had a motive for killing her. Maxim confesses to the narrator that he had found out about Rebecca's affair and confronted her about it, but that she had taunted him by revealing that she was pregnant with another man's child. In a fit of rage, Maxim had killed her and staged her death to look like an accident. As the narrator becomes more and more obsessed with uncovering the truth about Rebecca's death, she inadvertently puts herself in danger. Jack Favel threatens to reveal Maxim's secret if the narrator does not help him get his hands on some incriminating evidence against Rebecca that Maxim has hidden at Manderley. The narrator agrees to help him, but when she and Maxim are caught in the act of destroying the evidence, the truth about Rebecca's death is finally revealed to the authorities. In the end, Maxim is cleared of any wrongdoing, but Manderley is destroyed by the scandal and the narrator and Maxim are forced to flee. The novel ends with the narrator reflecting on the destruction of her dreams and her realization that her marriage to Maxim was not the romantic fairy tale she had imagined, but a complex and often painful relationship that was haunted by the memory of another woman. Rebecca is a classic Gothic novel that explores themes of jealousy, obsession, and the destructive power of secrets. It is a haunting and suspenseful tale that keeps readers guessing until the very end. Du Maurier's masterful writing and vivid descriptions of Manderley and its inhabitants create a rich and atmospheric world that draws readers in and leaves them captivated. One of the most striking aspects of the novel is the character of Rebecca herself, who never appears in the novel except in the memories and impressions of others. Despite her absence, Rebecca's presence is felt throughout the novel, as the narrator and other characters struggle to define themselves in relation to her. Rebecca is a complex and multifaceted character, both admired and despised, and her legacy haunts Manderley and its inhabitants long after her death. The character of the narrator is also intriguing, as she is never given a name and is often overshadowed by the memory of Rebecca. The narrator is a sympathetic character, struggling to find her place in a world that is unfamiliar and often hostile to her. Her insecurities and doubts are relatable, and her journey of self-discovery and empowerment is inspiring. The novel also delves into issues of class and social status, as the narrator comes from a lower social class than Maxim and the other residents of Manderley. Her struggle to fit in and gain acceptance from the other characters is a central theme of the novel, and her eventual acceptance of her own worth and value is a powerful moment. The setting of Manderley itself is a character in its own right, with its grandeur and opulence contrasting sharply with the narrator's humble beginnings. The estate is described in rich detail, from the ornate furnishings to the sprawling gardens, and its history and traditions add depth and complexity to the story. Overall, Rebecca is a timeless classic that continues to captivate readers with its haunting atmosphere, complex characters, and suspenseful plot. Du Maurier's masterful storytelling and exploration of themes of jealousy, obsession, and secrets make it a must-read for fans of Gothic literature and psychological suspense.
We hope you are enjoying the content on the library channel. Our team is dedicated to bringing you the best book summary, recommendations, and literary discussions on YouTube. If you are finding our content helpful, we would greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts or suggestions, and subscribe to our channel. This will help us grow and continue to provide you with more great content in the future. Thank you for your support and happy reading.